Hi there, welcome back to JD Answers. Today I have the BLUESKYSEA dash cam. Today I'm going to go over all the features of the dash cam. Stay tuned to the end because I'm going to show you some driving footage of this dash cam. Here's a quick preview of the unboxing video coming soon. Now what I like to start with is the features that are outside of the box. Now here it says it has Wi-Fi, G sensor, 170 degrees wide angle lens, voice recording, and HDR. Now as we start with the unboxing, as we open it up, the first thing we see is the camera. And here's a closer look of it. And here's a side view of it as well with all the connections in there. And there's an area where the mount is. And here's a look at the LCD screen that's in the back. Now as we continue with the unboxing, the first thing we pull out is the power adapter. And this is a mini USB cable. Then we have the rear camera cable. And here's a look at the rear camera, the side view, the back view. As we move on, here's the suction cup. Now on the side here, it has where you could adjust it and then you lock it back once you're done. You loosen it to adjust and then you tighten it back. And then it also has a lock on the back. So once you put it on the windowsill, then you lock it. Then here's a pry bar that comes with it. Well, this is good for installations when you're putting the wires in and you could just slide them in. Now there's a smaller one for smaller areas. All right, as we move on, we have these clips, which we really don't use, but this is just in case you want to for cable management, because everything is hidden on my installations. Then, of course, it comes with a 32 gigabyte micro SD card, which is a class 10. And you also have the manual, and you have an extra 3M mount tape and some screws that come with it. All right, let's get into this. Now, this dash cam comes with a 3-inch LCD screen, which is great for viewing your files, viewing the live footage, and easier to maneuver the menu with. The front dash cam records up to a 4K, which is 3840 by 2160p. The front dash cam records at a 150 degree wide angle lens. Great for capturing all the details in the front. Now the rear dash cam records at a 1080p with a 140 degree wide angle lens. Now, when they're both recording at the same time, they both record at a 1080p. Now, this dash cam also comes with HDR technology, which is high dynamic range. The Sony CMOS sensor helps record all the details that you see, all the street signs and all the license plates. Now, this also comes with WDR technology, which is also known as wide dynamic range. The WDR technology enhances the night vision of this dash cam. WDR technology balances all the lighting that you see in the footage. For example, if you're driving during the day and you're facing towards the sun, well, when you're reviewing the footage, it looks like a flashlight is shining on you. So what this does is balances the lighting where it lowers it on the footage, and that way you see a better picture. Now, this is also the same thing for night vision. When you're driving and the lights in front of you and the street lights and the store lights, when you see them in the footage, well, they're brighter. Again, it looks like a flashlight is shining on you. What it does, it balances the lighting. Now, and when you're driving and it's too dark, you can't see, well, it enhances the lighting where it gives you a good picture. Now, for nighttime, it's not going to get you this great picture, but it does a great job with the WDR technology and the HDR technology this dash cam gives you. Now, to enhance the HDR technology and the WDR technology, this dash cam comes with an optical lens with an ultra-large f1.8 aperture and a 6-layer lens, which is pretty awesome, which lets you see details clearly in low light conditions. Another thing this dash cam does, it gives you the Sony Starvis sensor, which improves the low light sensitivity, allowing clear images in low light environments. All right, so let's move on. Now we're going to loop recording. Now this loop recording, you can set it to 1 minute, 3 minute, or 5 minute loop recordings. Now I always set my loop recording to 5 minutes. Now you can set yours to whatever you feel like. So if I'm reviewing my footage and I'm reviewing a 1-hour time lapse. Well, I'm only going to look at 12 5-minute recordings. If I set this to 1 minute, then I'll be reviewing 61-minute recordings. Now, if you set this for 5 minutes, then it's looping every 5 minutes. Now, it's not going to give you just a 5-minute video. It's just every video is going to be 5 minutes in length. Now, there's one thing you have to be careful with loop recording, because this goes hand in hand with the G sensor, which we'll get into next, because when you have too many locked files, there's not enough room for loop recording. So if you need more information on loop recording, I'll put a link on the top right for you. Now we get into G sensor, which is also known as gravity sensor. Now, gravity sensor is when you're driving and you get into a collision, when somebody hits you, or even, for example, a shopping cart hits your vehicle, then the G sensor will lock the current video and will not be overridden. You will not be able to erase this. The only way to erase this is you format your micro SD card. Now, what's great about this locked file is that you could use it for insurance claims. Now, you can set this to low, medium, or high. I pretty much set mine to medium. And the reason I do this is because no matter how you set this, if you set it to low, medium, or high, in 30 days, and it's really your preference, but I do the first 30 days. After 1 month has passed, I go back, I review the footage on the micro SD card, and I see how much room is left for loop recording. So when you look at all your files, if you see you have too many locked files and not enough room for loop recording, well, then you need to reset your sensitivity, because G sensor also activates on the potholes, all the speed bumps, and even hard braking. But there's a lot more involved in G sensor. And that's why I'm saying loop recording and G sensor work hand in hand. So if we need more information on G sensor, I'll put a link on the top right for you as well. But I always keep mine on medium. If you want to be safe, set it on low. All right, this dash cam also comes with emergency lock. So what this does is, if you see an incident in front of you, and it's not happening to you, but you do see an incident. Say, for example, you see a car accident. On your dash cam, you could press a button, and it will lock that current video. And then you have a video of that incident. Now, this also comes with parking monitoring, which is also activated by your G sensor. Now, what this does is, if you're parked and a car bumps into you, or even a shopping cart bumps into your car, the G sensor will be activated, and it will create a small video of the incident that just happened. So if a car backs into it, and the G sensor is activated, well, it will start recording at that time. That way, you could get the information that you need. For example, a license plate as it's rolling away, or a shopping cart to see which direction the car came from. Because this dash cam only comes with a small charge. What I mean is maybe 30 seconds up to a minute. So when your G sensor is activated, it will turn on the dash cam and record a 15-second to a 30-second recording. Now, this happens multiple times at night, then eventually your dash cam is going to run out of charge. And the way the dash cam charges is when you have the car on. Now, you're not going to have a 5-minute charge on this dash cam. It's usually about 1 minute or less. That's why to take full advantage of parking monitoring, you need a hard wire kit for this. Now, a hard wire kit keeps power to the dash cam at all times. Now, it's not going to drain your car battery. After a certain voltage that it detects on your car battery, it will not send power to the dash cam anymore to ensure that your car battery is still charged. Now, if you need more information on how to install a hard wire kit, I'll put a link on the top right for you. Now, this dash cam also comes with a backup camera, which is pretty much your rear camera. So when you put your vehicle in reverse, then the rear camera turns into the backup camera, and it will display grid lines for you. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to show you step by step on how to install this dash cam into your vehicle. And this video is also going to include installing the red wire to activate the backup camera function in this dash cam. The good thing with BLUESKYSEA, it sent you a 32 gigabyte micro SD card, which to me is great, and it's also a great starter micro SD card for you. Now this dash cam supports up to a 256 micro SD card. Now to take full advantage of this dash cam, I recommend getting the 256 gigabyte micro SD card. And I will have links for that in the description down below. The more space your dash cam has to record, the more log files it could hold, and the more loop recordings it could hold. So that's why I always recommend buying the maximum gigabyte that this dash cam can support. Now with this dash cam, you could also take pictures with it. You could also put the date stamp on your footage and your dash cam. Now this dash cam uses the RoadCam app, which enables you to adjust the settings, review your files, and even with the app, you could take pictures with it as well. And you could download these files to your phone using the app. So if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, because that video is also coming up soon.
Now we're connected to the dash cam, and you can see in the top screen, if I move the dash cam around on my desk, that it is connected. Now on the bottom, you're going to see that red button, which means we're under video recording. And underneath that is a photo button, which we're going to click on that one. And this is going to get us into our photo mode. And if you press that photo button in the bottom, it's going to take a picture. All right, the picture was taken successfully. And now what we're going to do is go back and we're going to go into the settings here. And here you could change all the settings you need. You don't really have to go to the dash cam for the general settings. Here you could change the quality. You could also change the watermark for the date to add it on. And then you could even go back and change the sound recording and even the parking monitoring off from the app. And here you have a list of videos that you could review that were on your dash cam. And here you could play some videos. And then you could just scroll down or pick another video and you could play that one as well. And even from here, you could also select one of the videos. And then you could actually delete it right from the app. And then you could also select another video and you could download it to your phone. All right, here you could go back and review the photos that you have downloaded to your phone, and you could select it again and you could actually delete it. And then you could select a photo and you could even download it to your phone as well. All right, for videos, here's the one we downloaded. Now with this app, you could also select it and then you can create a smaller clip with it, as shown here. And you could adjust where you need it, and then you could even add some sound to it. You could keep the original sound, or you could select one of the sounds from the bottom here. Then you can actually share the video as well. Same thing with the photos. Select it, delete it if you want.
Now with this dash cam has audio recording, which means that it records everything in the cabin. Now, if you don't want anything to record in the cabin, you could always set this off. Now, one thing I want to share is when I was going over the menu, it was a pretty straightforward menu. Very easy to maneuver and very easy to get into the settings. So this is one of the things I liked about this dash cam. It's because in some dash cams, you have to hit so many buttons that it's crazy. So this one is pretty much up or down and okay, which I like. Now I'm also going to have a video on step-by-step going over the menu. And we will also be going over the icons, so stay tuned. Now this dash cam comes with Wi-Fi. That way you are able to connect to the RoadCam app. To me, it's a great feature because if you need to adjust any settings or review any footage, you got it off the RoadCam app. You don't have to be at the dash cam trying to maneuver it while you're in the driver's seat. what you think. Was this video helpful for you? If it was, give me that thumbs up. I appreciate that from you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and select all notifications for all upcoming videos. If you are interested in any of these products, I'll list links in the description down below. If you have any questions or comments about this dash cam or other products I have, leave them in the comment section down below and I'll get back to you. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.